Thank you. They're my faves. I have 2 pairs of leggings like this, and they're my favorite. The waistband on them is a solid like 4 inches, which means that they don't roll. Because I think everybody here knows when you're practicing in a pair of leggings that wants to roll down, it's the worst. I have 1 pair of Lululemons that I refuse to wear ever because you have to practice with one hand on the waistband. Otherwise, they will, I'm seriously, they could roll the whole way off your body. It is terrible. But either way, these are my favorites. And is there anything, you know what? Is there anything you guys want to do this morning? Any pose you're dying to get into? You don't have to have an answer to this, by the way. You know there are no right answers at 6 a.m. Yeah? No? Well, A+. All right. That sounds great to me. Let's celebrate that. All right. Child's pose, everybody. Knees out wide, fingertips out to the top of your mat. Take a few breaths just to get settled. Start listening to your own breath, deepening it, lengthening your inhales, lengthening your exhales. So you start to move into this working breath, something that you're able to manipulate in order to match your whole practice. That's it. See if you can deepen those inhales even more. Take 2 more breaths, fullest breaths that you can manage. And then on your next inhale, come to downward facing dog. Start to match your movements with your breath. Yeah, I see a few of you getting into this already. See that on each inhale, you're moving into a new stretch, and on each exhale, out of the old stretch. Yoga is all about matching your mind to your body, getting connected. We do this through our breath. That's why we talk about it so much. One more time. In and out. Walk your feet up to your hands. Halfway lift. Long straight spine. Ragdoll. Even here in ragdoll, when you breathe out, press down through your heels and down through your big toes. On your inhales, pull your belly up and really articulate the stretch of your spine. Go for the biggest stretch that you can find. That's it. Sarah, can you bring your weight into your big toes even more, leaning forwards just a bit? Oh yeah, there you go. Press your feet into the ground, roll all the way up to standing. Reach those fingertips up. Bring your hands down to heart center. So we'll start class with 3 ohms all together. Take a breath in. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. Take a breath in, halfway lift. Chaturanga when you breathe out. Upward facing dog, inhale to downward facing dog on your exhale. Take 3 breaths here, in and out. 2 more times. Breathe in and let it go. Last time. Inhale, exhale, feet to hands. Halfway lift, fold. Extended mountain, up and back, fold. Halfway lift, chaturanga. Up dog with your inhale and downward facing dog exhale. 3 breaths. Press the weight down in between your big toes. That's it. 2 more times. On your exhale, press down. Last time, inhale. Blow the air out. Feet to hands. Halfway lift. Fold. Extended mountain. Breathe in as you reach. Fold, exhale. Halfway lift. Chaturanga. Up dog. Down dog. Set your drishti now. Get the gaze as something that you're using in the practice, just like you use your breath. It's active. Last time, breathe in. On your exhale, look to the head of your mat. Hop, feet to hands. Halfway lift, forward fold. Extended mountain, drishti to the ceiling. Fold, eyes to the mat. Halfway lift, chaturanga. Choose your one point that you're going to look at. Inhale, up dog. And on your exhale, down dog. 3 breaths here. That's it. Really waking up your body now. 2 more times. And out. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. Feet to hands. Halfway lift. Fold. Extended mountain. Breathe. Fold. Halfway lift. Chaturanga. Up dog. Downward facing dog. 3 breaths. Pull your shoulder blades together on your back and let your chest drop low. Just like that. 2 more times. Just explore. Last breath. In. Out. Feet to hands. Halfway lift. Fold. Last one. Extended mountain. Fold. Halfway lift. Chaturanga. Up dog. Down dog. 3 breaths. Love this. We're going to start moving into our sun bees. The next stage of warming up your body. Last breath. Inhale. Exhale. Feet to hands. Halfway lift. Fold. Chair pose. Nice and low. Fold. Halfway lift. And chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Right side, warrior 1. Inhale as you reach up. Exhale, hands back down. Up dog. Into down dog. Swap sides. Left side, warrior 1. Inhale, reach. Exhale, right back down to the ground. Upward facing dog. Down dog. 3 breaths. Let the breath start to build the heat in your body. This is where you're really going to start feeling it. Breathe into that. Last time. In. Out. Feet to hands. Halfway lift. Fold. Chair. Lift your toes. Weight in your heels. Fold. Halfway lift. Chaturanga. Up dog, eyes to the ceiling. Down dog, eyes to the mat. Right side, warrior 1. Inhale. Exhale, chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Into down dog. Left side, warrior 1. Inhale, straight up. Exhale, back down. Upward facing dog. Into downward facing dog. That's it. Take a sigh if you need one. Yeah, 2 more breaths here. Blow it out. Last one. Feet to hands. Halfway lift. Fold. Chair pose. Spread your fingers. Fold. Halfway lift, chaturanga. Upward facing dog, down dog. Right side warrior one. See if you can get even lower in the lunge this time. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog, right into down dog, left side warrior one. Into the pose, back on out of it. Up dog, through to downward facing dog. 3 breaths. 2 more. Last one. Feet to hands. Halfway lift. Fold. Chair. Fold. Halfway lift. Chaturanga. Up dog. Down dog. Right side warrior one. Chaturanga. Up dog. Down dog. Left side warrior one. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. And into downward facing dog. That's it. Yeah, you can take a breath here. Bring your right leg up into the air. Bend your top knee. Open your hip. Flip dog. Nice. Now, I know a lot of you guys have been working with this flip dog quite a bit. Bring your hand out to the cactus arm. That's it. Yeah, Mary Beth. Good stuff. Jess. Open it up. Spread your fingers on your right hand, Nancy. That's it. Bring a little more attention into flipping that right shoulder over for just one more breath. Now come back over high plank and into side plank. That's it. Reach through your top hand. Look to the ceiling and lift your top leg. See if there's any more space that you can create by pressing down to lift up. See what would happen if you stayed for 2 more breaths in the pose. I know it's a 1 breath longer than usual, but you have it. See, inhale as you lift, and on your exhale, bring your hands back down. There's always something to learn by staying for a breath. Take your inhale, exhale, and then pop the left leg up into the air. Bend your top knee, open your hip. Flip dog. That's it. Keep the breath moving as you come over here. I know I like to hold my breath in this pose too. I pretend that it makes it easier when I know for a fact it actually makes it harder. Bend your top elbow. Go for the cactus arm. See, as you're focusing on opening your chest, see if you can do it by breathing deeper on your inhales. It's like you're inflating the pose and expanding it with each breath in. Last one. Okay, come back over, high plank, side plank. See if you can discover something new about this pose. Lift the front of your pelvis up towards your belly button. Tilting your pelvis up like this is going to tuck your tailbone underneath of yourself. Hug your front ribs into center. Let your core do the work of this pose so that you can breathe in, reach up, exhale, hands down to the mat. Upward facing dog through to downward facing dog. Take a nice deep breath in, let it go. Take right side crescent lunge. That's it. Come low into the lunge. And you know, I feel like we haven't mixed it up in crescent lunge for a while, so here's what we're going to do. In your crescent lunge, reach towards the ceiling. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, bring your knee up into your chest. Oh, knee up into your chest. Inhale, step back, crescent lunge. Exhale, knee up into your chest. Inhale, step back, crescent lunge. 3 more times. Exhale, knee up. Inhale, step back. 2 more. Exhale up. Inhale back. Last one. Exhale up. Inhale back, hands to heart center, revolving crescent lunge, twist to the right. That's it. Now get some length all up in your spine. That's it. Look for the space that you have. Take a breath in. Blow the air out. Inhale, rise up, crescent lunge. Into warrior two. Drishti over your front fingertips. Come down for extended side angle. Now, some of you guys learned in class last week that you can actually get from here in extended side angle up into bird of paradise. There's a really fun bind that can happen here. See if you can drop your top hand back behind you. We're going to go for the half or full bind. Don't worry, you don't have to work up into bird of paradise this morning if you don't want to. Stay here, 2 more breaths. That's it. Last one. And bring your hands down to the mat. Upward facing dog with your breath in. Downward facing dog and an exhale. Now, inhale, side out, left side crescent lunge. Lots of work here. That's it. Get low into the lunge. It's all about this front glute. So here it is. Inhale, fingertips up. Exhale, knee to chest. Whew. Inhale, step back. Exhale, knee to chest. 4 more times. Inhale, step back. Exhale, knee to chest. 3 more. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Breathe in. Breathe out. Foot back. And then we'll go to revolving crescent lunge. Hands to heart center. Twist to the left this time. Nice job. 3 breaths here. See if you can discover something new since that front glute is all warmed up. Can it do a little more weight of anchoring you into the pose? Last breath. Inhale, rise up, crescent lunge. Over into warrior two. Nicely done. Now, if you have a strap with you, you can grab it so that you can go for the half or full bind in the next side. Come down, extended side angle. In extended side angle, drop your top arm back behind your hip. That's it. Now, as you're here with this top arm dropped, this is your opportunity to grab your strap with your bottom hand, placing your hands underneath of your front leg. That's it. 3 breaths here. Nice job. And if you have the bind, you can always play with straightening out your front leg a little bit more and then getting deeper into the lunge. Going back and forth like this can be super helpful. Last one, inhale. And on your exhale, bring both hands back down to the mat. Upward facing dog. Through to down dog. Take a nice deep breath in. Air out. Feet to hands. Halfway lift. Fold. Chair pose. That's it. Sitting nice and low into chair. 3 breaths here. Yeah, you can do anything, especially for 3 breaths. I know you guys have held chair pose with me a lot longer than that. I think you've only got 1 more, right? Take a deep breath in. Fold on your exhale. That's it. Pop your fingertips underneath of your palms. What? But bring your pointer fingers around your big toes. I think I was getting palms underneath of the toes and fingers around your big toes, all sorts of mixed up. Let your head drop down. You guys seem ready to work. Let's go. Chair pose, round 2. That's it. Sit nice and deep into your chair pose. Bring your hands to heart center. Twist to the right. That's it. See if you can sit even lower with your hips, looking to keep your heart up high. That's it, Sarah. Good adjustments there. See if you've got 1 more inch to sit low. Nice job. Flex that foot, Jess. Good stuff. Last breath. On your inhale, rise up, chair pose. Hands to heart center and twist left. Oh, I know. I was going to go for the fold, but here we are instead in left side twist. See if you can sit your hips even lower. That's it, Kim. Nice and deep there. Good job, Mary Beth. Press through your left heel into the mat. Katie, we got you too. On the last breath. Inhale, rise up, chair pose. Fold. Tuck your palms underneath your toes. Let your head drop down. You can shake your head yes and no here. Crow or goddess squat variations. Low belly does all the supporting here for all of the variations of this pose. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Through to downward facing dog. Take a nice deep breath in. Look to the head of your mat. Jump through to a seated position. Yeah, I know. Jumping the whole way through. We're going to do right side eagle all the way down your back. I just love the ab work that this does. Right arm under, right leg over, reclined eagle. That's it. Look to get your shins so that both of them are parallel to the floor. Now, press your thighs together. This is really what creates the ab work here. It's that action of hugging your lowest belly up towards your rib cage. So you're tucking your tailbone. That's really going to create deep core work here. Swap sides. Left arm under, left leg over top. Now, what I like to do, my default in this pose, is to pull my knees up super high towards my chest. See if you can press your feet out 1 inch so that your knees become stacked right over top of your hips. This also adds to that deep core work that's going on. Stay, take a deep breath in. On your exhale, swap sides. Right arm under, right leg over. We're going for a second set here, eagle. Keep the breath moving. Your lowest core work is actually really engaged by your breath. On each exhale, see if that's the moment where you can get your core to do the work of holding your legs up, of pressing your front ribs together, and then swap side. Last one, left arm under, left leg over. Feet flexed. Press the feet out so that you've got all the belly work going on. Stay for a breath, and then we'll swap sides. So actually bring both knees into your chest, hug them really tight, and from here, rock 3 times. We're going to do the rest of equanimity on our feet. All right? So 3 times head to toe, land in chair pose. You're going to plant both feet on the ground and stand up from there. Good stuff. Ready, set, up, chair pose. Forward fold. Inhale, rise the whole way to standing. We'll take standing leg raise on the right side. So you already have your core working. Right side standing leg raise. Go for your knee or reach for your toes. What I want you to focus on here in all these standing variations is going to be tucking your tailbone underneath of yourself instead of letting your low back sway out. Bring your leg to the right, eyes over your left shoulder. That's it. Think about the tucking of your tailbone even here. Low belly hugging straight up and in. Bring your leg back to center. Airplane. Now, this is the hardest one to keep your back from swaying. See if you can press through your heel and reach through the crown of your head long enough that it helps keep the sway out of your low back. See if you can stretch like a piece of gum stuck to the bottom of a shoe, and half moon. That's it. Take 3 breaths here. See all the length that you can get. Front ribs in. Low back pressing out behind you. Last breath in. Both feet down, forward fold. That's it. You can do the sway from right to left if it's going to feel good for your hips. Nice job. On your inhale, roll all the way up to standing, and we'll do left side. Grab for your left knee or go for your left toes, standing leg raise. Bring your legs to the left, eyes to the right. Legs back to center. Airplane. Focus on controlling your movements from one pose into the other. And don't worry, when you fall out, there's always a new opportunity to get back into the pose and try it again. I should know, I'm the queen of falling out of poses. Half moon. Yeah, you have this. Last breath and feet down. That's it. You can shake both legs out. On your inhale, roll all the way up to standing. Take right side dancer. If there's any pose that's going to depend on your core work, it's here and dancer. That's it. Go for it. Now, the default here in dancer for most people is pinching at your low back. I like to do this all the time, and it comes from letting your butt sway out and then your shoulders and upper back disintegrate. And that's what causes the pinching. See if you can strengthen your low belly here to straighten out your low back and create more bend in your upper back. Swap sides. Left side dancer. Feet flexed, press to the edge of the pose. Discover what can feel new about your body here. One last time. And feet down. That's it. Let's take right side tree pose. So right foot to your inner thigh, to your shin, to your ankle, hands at heart center, or reach up towards the ceiling. Keep your drishti, your gaze, set to one spot that's not moving. Take 2 more breaths here. That's it. Bring your drishti back if it went somewhere else. And we'll swap sides. Left side tree pose. Last one of the balancing series, equanimity. Two more breaths. Pressing down through your heel to lift up through your fingertips. Last breath in. And on your exhale, both feet down to the mat. Come to the head of your mat. Inhale, extended mountain. Exhale, fold. Breathe in, half lift. Chaturanga on your breath out. Upward facing dog. Inhale, down dog. Exhale, right side, triangle. Take 2 more breaths here. Pressing through your feet to create the lift up and out through your top hand. On your next breath in, rise up to standing. We'll take side facing, wide-legged, forward fold. That's it, folding straight down towards the long end of your mat. Bring your right hand over to your left ankle. Now, with your left hand, you can choose to either keep that out in front of your head, reaching forwards, or you can let it sit on your low back. Either option works here. See if you can bend a little bit deeper, get a nice deep twist here going on in these last breaths, and then we'll swap sides. So left hand over to your right ankle, or whichever side is opposite from the first one that you did. See if as you're breathing, you can put a little more weight into your fingertips and twist even deeper into the pose. Be intentional about creating the physical foundation of the pose. Bring both hands to the mat. We'll twist forwards for Namaste front facing forward fold or split variations. So it's your practice. You decide what's going to feel best in your body. For my Namaste front facing forward fold, feet wide on the mat, at least hip width distance, and then stagger your feet so that they're just about, 2 feet apart from each other. Interlace your fingers behind your back and fold forwards. Now, the reason why we keep these 2 poses connected like this, why the split is another modification of Namaste front facing forward fold, is because you're in both poses looking for that long hamstring, so long backside of your front leg. For everyone, pull your right hip backwards. That's it. See if you can create space from your heel all the way up into your hip. Twisting triangle or twisting splits. Oh yeah, don't worry. There are lots of variations to this one. Twisting split's pretty hard. I'm not gonna lie. I have a really difficult time with that one. But if you're in a split, twisting split looks a little bit like this. You'll bring your opposite hand to the outside of your stretched leg and then twist towards that extended leg. Yeah, you've got it, just like that. Nice job. Everybody ready for an inhale. And on your exhale, hands to your mat, chaturanga, back on out. Upward facing dog. When you inhale, down dog, breath out, left side triangle. Put in and keep present your gaze, drishti, your breath, the core work, bandhas, of hugging your low belly up and in. That tuck of the tailbone underneath of yourself is going to create a long spine in this pose. And then you're using the tapas that you've built from the rest of your practice to create vinyasa here, the flow of the pose. So on each breath, finding our way into a different new version of the pose, getting as deep as you can, because the edge of the pose is constantly changing. Each breath is a new opportunity to explore something different in this pose that you've never seen or you've never felt before. On your inhale, let's rise up. Take side facing, wide-legged, forward fold. Bind variations or otherwise, ninja lunge. Getting upside down and your headstands or handstands is also an option here. Bring some softness to your knees, a little bend to help protect the tendons in your legs. Even out your sides if you're doing ninja lunges. Come through to center, and then we'll roll forwards for namaste front facing forward fold or your split variations here. Feet wide, short stance, fingertips bound, and fold forwards. Keep your breath active, especially in a pose like this. Whichever variation you're taking on, this applies to you. On your inhales, see if that's the stretch of the pose. Make it the stretch of the pose, where you're getting deeper, going farther. And then on your exhales, let that be the foundation. That'd be flexing your front foot or pressing through your back foot. Take twisting triangle or twisting split, left hand down, or right hand down, left hand out to the side this time. That's it. Nice job. On each breath out, look for a little more twist. Last one. And bring both hands to the mat. Chaturanga. Up dog. Into downward facing dog. From here, roll to your high plank. And then slowly lower the whole way down onto the mat. Let's take locust pose, round one. Press down, lift up, locust for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back onto your mat. Take a breath in and out. Locust pose, round two. Press down, lift up. Pulling your shoulder blades together on your spine. Spread your fingertips as you press back. Come back down onto the mat. Take a breath. And we'll go for a floor bow. Hands by the outer edges of your feet. Floor bow, round one. Press your shins back. And from here, let's rock onto your right side. That's it. You can also do this, by the way, in half floor bow. It does work. You're just going to be holding onto your top leg and letting your bottom leg go long. Press with your top shin. It's going to help here. And then on your next breath, come up and over, and we're going to swap sides. So half floor bow, take the other side, and then roll over. See if you can let your head rest on the mat to stretch out your pectoral muscle, connecting your shoulder into your chest. Are you ready? Roll back up and then come down onto your mat. Take upward facing dog, hands by your low ribs. Breathe in, lift up, shoulders back. Camel. Down onto your knees, and let's go for camel. Round one, out of one. Hands at your low back, shoulders together, lift the center of your chest up. Keep your drishti active in this pose, especially in the moments where my body is going, I don't want to do this anymore. The drishti is the thing that can really help you stay for that one extra breath, the one extra second that it takes to let the pose land, to get all that experience out of it. And on your inhale, roll up. See, that wasn't so bad. Take downward facing dog. Sometimes the counter stretch here in down dog is nice after camel, because as you draw your shoulder blades together, you can let your chest sit really low towards the mat. Take a nice deep breath in. On your exhale, look to the head of your mat and then hop through to a seated position. That's it. Roll all the way onto your spine, and we'll do bridge pose, round one. Press down through your heels, up through your hips, bridge pose. This is it. Hug into center line. Shoulders doing the work here. Take a nice deep breath in And bring your hips back down to the mat. You can drop your knees right and left. Round 2 bridge pose. Press down, lift up. Draw your shoulders together. Bridge pose is literally just camel done in a different direction. See if one of the things that you felt in camel you can find again here in this bridge pose. Maybe it's the drawing back and together of your shoulders, pressing through your quads, active feet. Come back down onto the mat. All right, 3 poses. Bridge or wheel, you get to choose. Press down, lift up, inhale, round 1. That's it. 3, 2, 1. Exhale, tuck your chin and come back down. Take a breath on the mat. In and out. Press, lift, move. Inhale, round 2. 3, 2, 1. Tuck your chin, come back down on the mat. Breathe in. Let it go. Last one. Press, lift, move. Inhale, round 3. Bridge or wheel. 3, 2, 1. Tuck your chin, come back down. Take Supta Baddha Konasana. Soles of your feet together with one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly. Happy baby. Hands by the outer edges of your feet. Let's rock right to left, left to right. Bring both feet up to 90 degrees. So from here, get your shoulders tucked underneath of yourself. What I want you to do is check out that your hips all the way up to your lowest ribs are connected down onto the mat. You're going to want to keep this connection. Bring your knees so that your shins are parallel to the mat. Take a nice deep breath in, and on your exhale, drop your heels down towards the mat, knees stay bent. Inhale, pick them back up. Exhale, drop your heels, tap the mat. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, heels drop down. Inhale, back up. Exhale, heels drop. Inhale, up. Exhale, heels drop. You've got this for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Going nice and slow. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring both heels. Let's go straight into yogi bicycles, actually. So fingertips behind your ears. Shins stay parallel. Inhale, right elbow, left knee. Exhale, switch. Exhale, switch. Exhale, switch. Back and forth for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, knees into your chest. Rock head to toe 3 times. We're going to make our way the whole way up into boat pose for the last one. Ready, set, and boat for 10, 9, feet flexed, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rock head to toe. Make your way into downward facing dog on the right side, but don't move to half pigeon yet. We're actually going to do a variation of half pigeon today. That is a personal fave. You're going to need something that's going to slide. So a t-shirt, even honestly a strap if it's decently wide, a towel. And what I want you to do is from your downward facing dog, place that item off of your mat to the left side of your left wrist. So the outside of your left wrist. That's it. And nice job. Now, inhale, bring your right leg up into the air. And on your exhale, you're going to cross that leg underneath of yourself, putting the outer edge of your foot on that slidey item. Yep, everybody's prepped with this. Now, keeping both hip points facing the ground, slowly lower down onto your right hip. Yeah, that's a big stretch. Okay, so this is a Goldilocks and the three bears sort of pose. Okay? If this is really intense for you, the way to lower the intensity is to bend this knee a little bit, your right knee, and also you can lower your leg down further. If you're like, you know what, Ruby, I really don't feel a single thing in this pose, here's what you need to do. Flex your foot, press through your heel, and then check that this left hip, you're trying to draw over and down so that it faces the mat. Now, the stretch that I feel in this pose, and really what you're going for, is one from your low back down the outside of your bottom leg. Are we getting that? Okay, thumbs up? No, that's a no. Nothing yet? Okay. Any sort of stretch? Okay, where are we stretching? Oh, back leg. Okay, that one's new for me. All right, we're gonna adjust in 2 seconds. Yep, you got that. Nada? Okay, good stuff. How are we feeling over here? Okay, yeah, don't worry. This pose is one of those poses. Like, it does take a little bit to figure it out. Okay, so that's all right. Listen, if you have the stretch and you've got it on the outside of that bottom leg, good stuff. If you don't and you want to start again, we can do the directions over. So don't worry. Come from downward facing dog. That's it. Now right foot crosses under to your towel. What's going to be really important here is flexing your foot and pressing your heel out as you lower down. When you get here, there's also a difference between rolling up forwards on your hip or sitting back into this. Now, for me, the stretch is really when I let my thigh roll backwards so that I'm sitting down more onto this hip and less on the top side of my thigh. How's that working for you? Yeah? Okay, Kim's definitely got this. All right, flex your right foot. Press through your heel. How's your back leg doing? Not the bottom one, but the back leg doing? Because you were getting a stretch up the opposite side of your back, correct? Oh, okay, good stuff. Well, then you have it. How's it going over here, Kate? Okay, yeah. I've also had that one go before too. We've got some numb toes. Occasionally that does happen. Now, what do we do in a pose where we're getting lots of feedback? Breathe. A plus. I love this. It's so helpful to have teachers in the room. When you ask a question, they're always going to reply. It's very good. All right, guys. Let's come through downward facing dog, and we're going to try it on the left side. So this means Your rag or whatever it is that slides is going to the outside, the right-hand side of your mat. Left leg crosses under, outside of your foot onto the rag, flex your foot as you lower down onto the mat. So the reason why I love this stretch and why I decided to teach it today instead of half pigeon is because this is like your best friend when you get back to a place where you're either standing or sitting all day long. You know that pinching that occurs at your low back after doing that for a whole day? That's your sciatica saying, hey, you have been heavily abusing me and I don't appreciate it. This is the way to relieve some of that pain. It takes a while to really get some new stretch in this pose. Usually people are either like, yes, I immediately feel this, or no, I don't. Again, it's Goldilocks and the Three Bears kind of thing. As you sit in it, you're going to say, oh, you know what? Maybe I could turn the heat up a little bit higher. When that happens, flex your foot, press out through your heel, and maybe even bring your foot higher up. If you find that you've turned the heat too high and you're suddenly burning the porridge, bend your knee, bring your ankle down a little bit lower. Take a nice deep breath in. Sigh it out. Inhale. Sigh on your exhale. Let's come through to downward facing dog. All right. We're going to shake our legs out and down dog a little bit here. One more time. Walk your feet all the way up to your hands. Take a halfway lift. Forward fold. Inhale, roll all the way up to standing. This time, your left foot is going to stay anchored onto the mat. Your right leg is going to cross over. You don't need your feet exactly next to each other. I'd say that they're a little bit staggered with your right foot out in front of the left one a bit. Now your left leg is going to remain pretty straight here while your right leg bends. From here, fold forwards. And as you fold, what I find is that my back leg, so my left leg, the straight one, out the side of my leg, I can feel that same stretch here. Sometimes I like to pop my left hip out and lean into it a little bit more. Also, blocks can be super useful here right under your fingertips, just as some extra support. Yeah, you got it, Kim? Good stuff. Let's take a little halfway lift. And then we're going to swap sides. So you can even stay here in half lift. You don't have to roll up to stand. So right leg is going to stay planted on the mat this time. Left leg crosses over. And then you're just going to sit your weight into your right hip. And immediately, my leg, I can feel a connection from up here in my back all the way to my ankle. You can lean more weight onto your right side or bring your weight back towards center line. These poses are all about turning the heat up and down until you find a stretch that's just right for you. So sometimes it takes some exploring. Take one more breath here, in and out. Bring both feet onto the mat. Take a halfway lift. Forward fold. Halfway lift. Chaturanga. We're going to move down onto the mat through upward facing dog and into downward facing dog. From your down dog, roll out into a high plank. And from here, lower all the way down onto the mat. Bring your right arm out in front of you. Bend your left knee so it's coming out to the side. Ow. Sorry, guys. I got confused with my directions. I see it's left arm out. Sorry. Right arm tucks underneath, and then you're going to go for a supine twist. These are like a little person pretzel sometimes. Left leg, left arm out, sorry. Right arm wraps underneath of that one, and then twist open through your left shoulder. Hug both knees up into your chest. We're going to get into this other side the traditional way. Hug your right knee into your chest. Let your left leg go long. Drop your right knee to the left side of your body. Look over your right shoulder. Supine twist the opposite direction. You're welcome. You're welcome. Hug both knees up and into your chest. Shavasana. Let your legs and arms go long with your eyes closed. For my friends in the studio, there's a cold eye towel by the upper left-hand corner of your mat. Take a deep breath in, followed by an exhale. Wiggle your fingers and wiggle your toes. Hug your knees into your chest and rock onto the right side of your body with your forehead on the floor. Make your way up into a seated position. Inhale, fingertips up. Exhale, hands to heart center. We'll close class today with 1 Om. Take a breath in. Bring your thumb knuckles up to forehead center. Together we bow our heads and we say, Namaste. Great to see you, everyone. Thanks for joining us, Lisa. Thank you to everybody in the studios and also for everybody who takes this class a week from now, a year from now. It was great to see you too. Thank you.